Programming, I am Chase Ingram.
I'm Captain America.
And along with me is shirtless Bill Grumler.
Wolverine.
Good, bro.
Sweaty Bill Grumler.
He's like,
I'll be right there, dude. I'll be right there.
I can do the news.
I can do it.
Do the news. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. We are halfway through July.
I wanted summer to get here so bad, and now it's like, God dang it, Halloween shit's already going up in the stores.
And my kids
like,
are
what's wrong with you people?
Dad, I want to be this for Halloween. I was like, what? It's July.
It's like next year. Don't even talk about that right now.
Yeah, I thought we just went trick-or-treating.
Totally.
Speaking of kids, I have went to San Antonio this weekend with my brother, my middle brother, my bigger little brother.
Yeah.
Right, my bigger little brother lives in San Antonio with his family. He's got a son who's 9 and a daughter who's 7, who's 6 days younger than my son, who's 7, and then my daughter who's 5. And then my little brother, so we got 3 boys, came in town and brought his son, who's the oldest of the bunch, and actually be 10 at the end of the month. So all the cousins got to get together for the first time in, I think, a year.
Dang.
And I'll tell one quick story. Is that, Blake's the runt of the litter, my daughter, who's the youngest of all of them by 2 years. And so we got 2 boys that are right next to each other at 9, boy, girl at 7, and then there's Blake. So we go to this rodeo, right? And this wasn't, hey, the rodeo's coming to town rodeo. This was back road, Texas, hill country rodeo, where it was on a ranch with limited seating, but good seating, old school, like not rookie, but like the circuit. It was awesome.
Yeah?
Like everybody, you could tell who was there that wanted to look like they were at the rodeo. Apparently there was some like YouTube, 2 things, sorry. I had my first true, fuck, I'm getting old moment. And then one with Blake. I'll do the getting old. So we get there and, they're singing the national anthem. Everyone's on horses. Everybody's wearing cowboy hats and creased Wranglers, like, because this is what they wear, not because they're going to the rodeo, right? This isn't like the Dallas rodeo is coming into town and the professional bull riders and everybody's like, I got to go buy a plastic cowboy. No, this is what they wear. They just got off their ranch shift. The sun has set, and so they're coming to the rodeo. Happens every Saturday night. It was fantastic. And there was this group that was getting followed around with people on cameras, and there's no way to say this without someone taking offense. I'm in Texas. I'm in the hill country of Texas, filled by ranches, ranch hands, and there was this group that was a YouTube group that didn't look like anybody else there. And they were being followed by cameras. It was a group of black guys, all right? And they were wearing what you would deem as like fashion cowboy attire. I was like, oh, this is
bedazzled.
And they were surrounded by kids with cell phones. I was like, looking at Ashley, I'm like, who are these guys? Like, I don't know who they are. Clearly they're someone, something. And so it's this YouTube group called AMP. No idea. But they were there for a bit, I guess. I was
Crazy.
like, how did you get here? Like, did the rodeo reach out? He's like, hey, you guys are a YouTube. They're like, I do know that like iSpeed or whatever this kid's name is. I don't know. He's a YouTube guy too.
Okay.
But this was the, like, I have no idea, but apparently there's a thing. And no, I know Boys the Men is base. Good God, I'm over here.
I would that's because he's old too. He just said he got old too. So he's like,
I would know.
Kids on the block.
Yeah, they're at AMPE. They're this YouTube group, and they were just there to like chase calves that have ribbons on their tails as like a halftime show bit. And they're like live streaming, and they're surrounded. It was crazy. So that was my old man moment. I was like, I have no idea who these kids are, like none. And like, you don't know, but whatever. If I wasn't 12 to 15, so I was like, all right. The next moment was at every rodeo you go to, there's 2 things. at least in this one, I forgot what it's called. It starts with an M, but they get kids between the age of 5 and 7, and they have them ride sheep as if they're bulls. So,
I've seen those. I've seen like videos of that.
They get walked out. There's like 20 of them. You have to sign up, sign a waiver, all this other. They get walked out. Blake was not a part of this because we didn't know it was a part of this, and almost ruined the trip for her because she was not a part of this after watching it go down. And they're in like the vest, headgear. They put him in a chute. The sheep is shaved on the back except like for their shoulders. Mm-hmm. And it's just like riding a bull, except they're just gripped onto the fur or the wool.
That's crazy.
With the wrap around. And they're like, hey, 8 seconds. And they scored him like bull riders.
Dude, that's rad.
Dude, these sheeps would just tear ass out of these gates. Yeah, mutton busting. Thank you, Katie.
Oh, that's what it's called. I've seen videos of that. All the kids are all padded up.
Yep.
Everything. And they ride them on and they're like, yeah.
Regardless of they go down. No, these kids were eating it hard. Like the first was a 5-year-old girl right out the gate. I'm like, somebody needs to go check on that one. Meanwhile, Blake is just standing in the stand. She's like, Dad, I want to go do this. Like, I know you do. And I really wish I knew this was a thing, but I would have had to fought your mother to the death to allow you.
Hey, real quiet. Don't tell anyone. It's cool. You could use her as the excuse on this one. Hey, I would totally let you, but Mom won't.
Mom won't. Sorry.
So I still win.
And even Ashley's like, usually if I throw Ashley, like I've told Ashley, my wife, for those, Bill knows my wife, but for you guys, I've told her, it's like, anytime you need to use me as an excuse to get out of anything, you have my full permission to do so.
Oh, that's cool.
Because I 100% use you.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
I was like,
you guys should use each other.
Yeah, Team. We are in this together. If you don't want to do something, just say Chase screwed up something. Because I probably did, to be honest with you. Statistically speaking, my fault. So I'll wrap the story with, it ends with, it's the kid's turn to try to get a ribbon on a calf's tail. There's 6 calves, and they have a little ribbon tied on the end of their tail. And like all the kids, this is how great Texas is. Because the guy, the MC, he was phenomenal. It was so hot. He was in like full long sleeve jeans, boots, hat, on a horse for 2 straight hours talking nonstop. One of the best MCs. I wish he would MC the CrossFit Games on the horse.
Oh, that
should have used him in Texas. That would have been great. But
true.
He's like, all right, any kids that want to come out and try to catch the calf are welcome. Just run out into the rodeo. Like no waivers. Just who wants to join? Blake jumps up off the bleachers, runs. Now this is like I would say a 5 foot tall, what looks like a gate fence, like that you would see at a ranch, like an old swinging gate.
Yeah.
It's like a ladder, right? Blake climbs up to the top of the fence. All these other kids are rolling, like firemen rolling over it. No, not a fireman, but like over the side.
Yeah.
This girl leaps from the top of the fence onto the dirt. I didn't, it was so sudden. Like all the parents, like me, my brother, like all our wives just was like, we just did the hands forward thing and the stood up on it, jumped off, landed on her feet in a way that like every joint in my body would just explode. And she just gets up and runs to the middle. She's totally fine. That's Blake.
Little kids are awesome that way. They don't think about the recoil, and all it'll take is one time, because I've had this one time where I was a little kid. I mean, I was a tiny dude. I didn't have any sort of growth or size till I think I was in college. And I remember jumping off walls and roofs. Not a big deal until I caught my mouth with my knee one time. And I landed, I was like, bam! And it was like, kind of saw the light, laid back on the ground.
That flash.
And then every other time I got ready to jump, it was always like, there was that one time
There's that one time.
when you
Yeah.
cracked yourself right in the mouth, and that's all it took
Yeah.
was
I
that.
was never afraid of a bee until the bee stung me. And I was like,
Right.
"Oh, shit. These
Right.
things do that?" It was awesome. It was
Uh,
awesome. So that was Blake. But I was like, "We're going to the hospital." Like, time slowed down. I'm just watching her leap 6 feet into the air into a rodeo arena.
you
And
know
she
what?
she
Like,
didn't
dude,
get
there's something so special about that, though. I mean,
I
like,
love
there's one thing about like blatant stupidity type stuff. I mean, I get that, especially as you get older. But what kids have that is so awesome, and that I watch, and I there's that time when like you're not a kid anymore,
Yeah.
where you actually really think about the consequences, and that's the voice now that, like, as adults, that we hear all the time in everything.
It's
You
so
want to go
loud
and
in
do
my head.
something, and it's like all of a sudden, do you think you really should do that? Maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
This is going to happen. That's going to happen. This is going to happen. These things are going to happen. Those people are going to laugh at you. You're going to lose this amount of money. You're going to lose that. You're going to lose this. Instead of just going like, I'm going to do this. That looks super fun. I'm going. Boom. And
Yeah.
going. Because like they say this in wrestling all the time, he who hesitates is lost.
Oh, yeah.
And that is that situation. Like any like parkour kid or anything like that, that's the whole thing. If you think about it, there is no way those guys can do what they do.
No.
But I think that's rad. Good for Blake, dude. That's cool. Did she get it? Did she get it?
She did not get it.
Did she take any other kids down trying to get it?
Dude,
I know how she is.
there was easily over 100 kids that went out there for this.
Dude, how did no one get trampled by themselves?
Well, kids got trampled by kids for sure. There was like 2-year-olds out there. Like they just like went through the cracks of the rodeo fencing. Like, I don't even know how they got out there. But the coolest part is like everybody there was like, we know what we're sending our children out to, and we're grown up enough to realize that we don't need to like. Because there was one time where like the calves are going to escape you, because they sent them out from the total other end of the arena. All the kids were over here, and they released them over here.
Oh, dang.
So these calves are getting rushed by 100 to 125 5 to 12-year-olds screaming.
Crazy, dude.
And they were charging, jumping over them, trying to go to the sides. Like it was awesome. So that was cool. And those are my stories. My old man story, and then my daughter, who is just going to be the death of me. For sure.
She probably will. But yeah, so mine wasn't like, my weekend wasn't kid related. Mine was our workouts related.
I was gonna say, you've been in games testing mode for your events.
Yeah, what the hell am I thinking?
Dude, that's so old school though.
Well, it was really funny. So after we did our show, I love JR's, and JR's done another one like that before. He did a dumbbell bench and clean one before. I think it was like 70s and like 185. I think he did. And he's like, "Hey, how long do you guys?" He told us this. "Hey, how long do you think this would take you guys?" And I was so fired up. I'm like, "Oh, that sounds fun." So this was the same thing on that one. I wanted to do that one, and then once I did that, I was like, you know what? I want to do the back rack one. Like, what would it be like? Not as a can I do it unbroken, because I know I can't, but
Right.
what would it be like to do all of them? And then it was like, none of those guys picked my workouts. I'm going to show those guys how awesome my workouts are, and I'm going to go and do all my workouts. And I'm having so much fun doing. I mean, not just because they're mine. It's not about that, but like just the workouts that we wrote up.
Yeah.
And like, there is something so special. And for those of you guys that are coaches that are out there, or programmers that are out there, if you don't do your own shit, you are missing the boat, because it's not a matter of copycatting people's workouts, because like, well, so and so wrote it, so it's obviously it's a good workout,
Right.
or this is that, or this is the other thing. It's like, you need to know exactly what it is that you are giving people, and you cannot know that unless you do it. So between doing like JR's, I really wish I had a pool, because I want to do the swimming one that Taylor did. I think that one's super cool. But to do something that it's not just about like programming a cool workout. We talk about how they look like little sculptures on our brains when we're making them.
Yeah.
But to actually experience that, and to feel it, what it's doing, and to be like, okay, how could this fit in? and then even like the LSIT stuff that we're doing, it like something just happens kind
Dude, this
of
is crazy.
organically.
Yeah.
And then you, I mean, like myself or whoever's doing it goes to do it just to see what it does, because it fits so perfect into what we're going to be talking about today, is understanding where things will fit workout wise, how to bring someone from, because what do we say in CrossFit? We'll take you from where you are and move you forward. And then even the crazy video that you put into the locker room today when Tyler was asking about, what Glassman, when he said this one part,
Oh,
whatever, and
yeah.
it was about, he's like, I see coaches as coaches, like you're a coach, and that's what you do, like selling stuff and all that kind of stuff. Cool, but like if you're a coach, you are a coach, and everything you do and everything you think and everything you program and everything you operate is, how do I get this client to go from here to here in whatever ways that we do it. And I think it's gonna be really cool to see how he shows the little workout thing in the journal today,
Yeah.
because it does sit perfect for what we're doing on the LSIT thing. Because think
Yeah.
about it, on the LSIT, we could be starting right off with a whole bunch of EMOMs and a whole bunch of stuff, but I don't have any sort of base for it.
No.
So how do you start with the base? You got to make a base.
Yeah.
So I think I've been having so much fun in that realm this week.
I have too, man. I like, obviously this is your brainchild. Hey, let's just try this. And you're doing it with your games workouts too. It's like the old days of our training was, that looks cool. You guys want to try that? Versus, oh, this doesn't fit in our 12-week tailored program.
Dude, black box was such a real thing in the beginning, and no one knows even what that's even supposed to mean now.
Right.
It's like, oh, you're not doing enough volume. Oh, there's not these many EMOMs. Oh, you have to have this linear progression. You have to have, instead of taking the box and going, let me see what this does.
Yeah.
It's a lab. It's a lab.
Yeah. Oh, Larry, parallettes were drugged down and dusted off today, and still, no.
Dude, how much difference was it from when you had the parallettes to the dumbbells to nothing?
Well, I think you saw that because I went to nothing and I couldn't get off the ground. And my pec cramped. Like my pec is sore from the cramp that I got yesterday by doing dick all work. I was like, oh, geez.
It's so funny, man. It is so funny. I mean, I'm stoked watching everybody do whatever it is that they're doing. It's interesting to see all the different variations.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a, hey, you're doing that incorrectly, because I think honestly, for a lot of people, they either don't have the hamstring flexibility, they can't get their legs straight, or they don't have the strength to get the legs up yet, or so they're having to bend it. I mean, all of the things, and they're all right based on where they are.
Right.
But what's important for people to remember on this, and I'm having to check myself on this a lot of times, like when I go from 33 seconds to like 18.
Oh,
I'm like,
only 18? I haven't got to 18 once, bro.
I failed. Well, that was me on my hands, trying to put my hands down, and it was so different that and I don't know if I put the sound on because it was so funny, because all I had was like fart sounds on the whole thing. I'm like, this is so, I went so backwards. But this is like a classic, like virtuosity thing.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to win a competition. There isn't a competition. This is, I want to be good at what it is the right way. So there's someone, and he's been putting his, and I forgot his name off the top of my head. When he first did it, he got 1 second.
Yeah.
He got 1 second. I think he's up to 7 now.
That's what Pedro did the other day.
Pedro did the same thing, and it's shocking. But to just be able to like throw the ego, like old school CrossFit, throw the ego out, and just be like, okay, I'm going to do everything I have to get this one thing. Not like I'm going to see how, like, I don't care if I get 1 minute and 15 seconds. I mean, cool, but I want to get a minute and 15 seconds where it's like picture perfect.
Well, you know what's also cool is that I don't care if anybody else gets that either, relative to my own performance.
No, like it's cool watching everybody doing, like, oh, that's really good. I got to be able to try. They can do it. I got to be able to do that.
I'm impressed. I'm like, damn, that's awesome. But I don't be like, oh, but I can't do that.
Yeah, fuck that guy. They did it because their knees were bent.
Like the
I
amount
don't
of
care.
messages, first of all, the amount of you guys doing the challenge is
It's awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what's the end goal? What's the bet? Like, there isn't one. We're just playing around in the playground.
Totally.
We're just trying things like, well, do I have to do it on this? Do I have to do it? No, it doesn't matter. Can I do it with my knees? Yes. You guys, you're overthinking this. And this is exactly what you talked about is like, oh, does this fit my time domain training thing? And I've got it. It's like, stop caring so much and just go play.
Yeah.
The clock,
just go
the
do.
clock is on, but the scoreboard is off.
Yep.
And which has been fun to be like, okay, today, and I'm like, oh, it has to be on parallettes, or it has to be on dumbbells, or it has to be elevated, or rings, or hang. Or mix it up every day. Change every way you do it. In fact, there's like, well, should we do time on, time off? EMA. I was like, no. What's the end result? How long will it take? I'm like, who cares? You guys are putting way too many constraints on this thing. Just go out there and try it.
Well, okay, because this is the thing. And we CrossFitters like to say that we like to do things. Okay, we all got into CrossFit. There were a lot of things that we did really bad that we weren't good at. And it was the ego check, right? Like we had to come in. We talked about cherry pickers and people that was like, oh, we're running today. Well, I'm not going to go in then. Well, it's because you suck at running, because you don't like to run. That's why.
Right.
But those are the ones that you should go to. So this is something that I'm not good at. I just want to get better at it. Are there ways to get better at it? 100%. But what I need to do for me right now is, it's just like anything. If it's something that you don't do on a regular basis, the first point is to build consistency in doing it before I can start layering on some crazy progressive training regimen on it. Like, cause I there were twice I almost forgot it 1 week.
Yep.
I'm like, God dang it. And so that's why I wanted to do the
Did it my brother's
like,
house
okay,
from rubble.
right. I know. Well, that's why I was like, okay, I want to be able to do it to where I just have to get on the ground. Okay. So at least I can do that. So I don't have an excuse of, well, I didn't go to the gym. Well, I didn't have my dumbbells. Well, I didn't have a parallel. Well, I got the floor, and I'm going to be able to do it. So for me right now, I'm building a base.
I got to find something. What's also been cool, Judy, anytime you want, if you guys like, but I missed the start. There is no start. There is no finish. We're just doing it. I get so excited when I see someone tag Get With The Programming on Instagram and it says day one.
Yeah.
And I'm getting more excited when they have bent knee, like Colleen Glinton.
Dude, Colleen's was awesome.
On parallettes with bent knees. She's on day 3.
Yeah.
Great. Day whatever, guys.
Because guess what?
It doesn't matter.
You're not going to get worse at it. But you'll only get worse if you stop doing it or you don't do it.
Yeah, my times do this. It's a stock market.
Right.
Well, my gradual line. It's been 7 days.
Well, and I think that's again with the topic that we're going to be going into, like training is not a like you can't draw a straight line on training. It's you have a cloud of data points, and what you hope is that the trend is going up, because there are going to be days where one day you're awesome and the next day you're absolute trash.
Peaks
like, but it doesn't mean doesn't mean that you are trash. It just means that day was not a good day for whatever reason. You're tired, sick, got in an argument, whatever. You just worked out right before that. I mean, it's definitely easier to do it before you work out.
It's a game changer.
It is very different to do that. So, like, just we had a discussion a little bit. There was that discussion about enjoying the journey, or what's it? Enjoy the journey.
Like, you can't get obsessed with the results. You have to love the journey.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
This is end result focus. Then you are not, like, you're missing the whole picture.
No, exactly. Like, there is no perfect. There is no win. It's let me see what happens.
Yeah.
Let me see what happens. Okay, it's been fun.
Hey, do it, Larry.
Fine, that's cool.
Guys,
I mean, he's got those big old legs that he's like, oh, I think I'm going to squat a little bit today. Let me just throw on 450 pounds.
Tag Get With The Programming in your stories. It deletes after 24 hours. Be proud. Like, I love seeing 2-second efforts out there. Because that's hard to do and expose yourself with.
Oh,
And
dude,
that's
yeah.
like the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think I want to post my 6-second L-sit post workout? No, but that's my accountability. And I think making it a post every day adds that accountability element to it that I need a bit more of.
Oh,
And
I
like to
definitely
have.
need it. I could very easily not do it.
So
Very easily.
yeah.
So
All right, let's get to the task at hand. This is where am I? Where are we? Welcome everyone. 14th of July, 2025. Halfway through the month, halfway through the year, which is ridiculous. We got a beginner's routine written in May 2003 by Coach Greg Glassman. And this is the ultimate meet you where you're at article. Hey, I've never done CrossFit. Can I do CrossFit? Yes, you can do CrossFit. How do I start? And it's like, well,
come on in.
come on in. The water is fine. I know we say this every time, but these articles never cease to amaze how short and packed they are with information and inspiration to do things like the LSIT thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's been really cool. And this article was inspired by someone writing in. It says, Dear CrossFit, I don't have a medicine ball, kettlebell, rings, rope, place to do pull-ups or dips, or any of the other stuff you use. There isn't a gym within 100 miles of my house. I don't know most of the movements in your workouts, and I'm very out of shape. Can you give me a workout that I can do? Thanks, Joe. Keep it simple. At first I was like, God, how am I supposed to say this last? Oh, I get it. Okay. So we're coming at a perspective of you are starting at ground zero with no place and nothing at your disposal. And this article was written, it's like, all right, where do we go? How should we start? And it says, we are routinely challenged to provide workouts for individuals with little workout experience and very limited resources. Right? And this challenge then is to see how much fitness we could motivate around the following parameters. Minimum amount of equipment, don't necessitate a gym membership, requires minimal coaching, low technique requirements for movements, fixed, easy to follow regimen, accessible to nearly every fitness level, and unlimited in potential for development. Just those bullet points alone, when you guys are starting a gym or writing a program or talking to your coaches or doing an on-ramp, this needs to be a part of however it is you're speaking to people or coming from as a baseline of getting new people into the gym or raising new athletes that have just got started. Just those bullet points alone. Except you have access to places because they're at your gym and you've got equipment. It says, we realize that that to go at once from limited resources and experience to building a home gym with a rower, rings, Olympic weightlifting set, kettlebells, medicine ball, pull-up bar, mats, and to start out on course of self-instruction requires undaunted courage and a considerable leap of faith, plus a lot of resources.
Yeah.
And at the end here it says, with this in mind, we designated a regimen that would perhaps be accessible to the likes of our untrained mothers and fathers. How many moms and dads out there need to hear and understand this? Because either it's dads who just let themselves go and they either were athletes and now don't see themselves as that, so they don't even want to start because they know they'll never be what they were, or moms that are post kids or in the midst of that and they've, like the toll kids take on a woman's body forever, that type of discouragement, and how much it is needed for moms and dads to be in shape for their kids and their grandkids cannot be overstated. Mm-hmm. Fitness is not for the young. It's not. Fun is for the young. Fitness is the most important thing in your life. If you don't believe me, get unfit, get sick, and tell me what's the one thing you would love to have in that moment in time. It says, in this light, we worked out a 12-week program built around 4 highly functional, indispensable exercises. And the total equipment required outside of workout wear is an Olympic bar and plates. That's it. Now they have some articles here to teach people how to do these movements: deadlift, squat, the push press, and running. Just reading this last paragraph though, Bill, obviously we're older, you own a gym, I've got a garage gym. We are this is what we do. This is our lifestyle. This isn't a hobby. This is who we are. We've got siblings, right? We have parents, we know friends that where this is very real, right? When you have the inability to do these things.
The hard thing that it is to hear when you read that, there's 2 ways to look at it. One is, with CrossFit being, what do people always say? Oh, I'm afraid to do it. It's too hard to do it. These are all excuses. It's too hard. It's too scary. I'm going to get hurt. I need too much equipment. I can't do whatever. And the thing is that when CrossFit originally came out, it had nothing to do with the gym. And this isn't about don't go to an affiliate or anything like that, but it is there are functional movements that you need, which is picking something up off the ground, sitting up and down and pushing things over your head, and then building some sort of a respiratory endurance capacity.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Those are the most functional, if you're talking about priority, that you need. So what do? You go to the most functional movements because that's what, within our definition, who gives a shit about VO2 max, and what your HVR is, and all of the things. If you do these things, you're going to get healthier. Your endurance is going to improve. Your fitness is going to improve. Your strength is going to improve. Your posture is going to improve. These are the simple movements. It doesn't have to be this contrived deal. And back in the day, it wasn't. It was so minimalistic, i.e., that is what I'm doing right now, minimalistic. But there is something very it's very pure about it. It doesn't have to be this crazy scientific formula.
Well, that's where I lose my mind when every time you see this now, and this is how truly sad and misguided people are when it comes to fitness and nutrition and athleticism in sport. It was when they post either our dietary regimen or the fitness in 100 words, and everyone freaks out about the no sugar thing, and they bring in all these things. Oh, it's athleticism in this train is this is not the point. We are not talking about athletes in their respective sports. We are not talking about CrossFit Games athletes at all.
That has nothing to do with health and fitness anyway.
It has nothing to do. That is sports.
That's sports.
Competition. That has nothing to do with health and fitness. The CrossFit Games has nothing to do with health and fitness.
Nope. It's a spectacle of.
It is a spectacle of. It is a challenge of. But it is not that, right?
It's not a prescription.
It's not a prescription. It's just a test, a showcase.
Ooh,
shiny little object.
Imagine that.
Who knew? Right? And what it's saying is there is not one person on this earth that won't be better with doing squats, push-ups, sit-ups, a light jog, and stop eating processed carbohydrates and sugar. That their life will not greatly improve when we talk about health and fitness. That's what it is. Bill was saying is there were no gyms to go to, and I'm not advocating not going to affiliate because we had to leave the Globo gym.
Or got kicked out. Or got what are you doing? I got tired of answering this. What the hell are you doing?
Places to go. That's why we went to the garage. We were the fish that came out of water with the legs that got out of the Globo gym and then went to the garage and then started walking on 2 legs and created what fitness truly is defined by Greg Glassman. So just people like the LSIT challenge, like you said, people get hung up on the wrong thing. You guys are focusing on the wrong thing. It's crazy. Yes, when someone says no sugar, but when I ran a marathon or did one stage of the Tour de France, I needed all this. I was like, what part of that has to do with?
Once again, that's
right here. I'm gonna
that's a
Isabel
race.
Smart. What part of that is going to help Isabel lose the 50 pounds that she's gained? None. But there is a prescription here, which is fitness in 100 words, which is what we're about to get into, that can. So the exercises are walk, jog, run. Walk, jog, we can all do those things.
What can, and that's the reason they have that is because what can you do? What's your capacity? Where are you at that moment?
Right. And if you can't walk, ride a bike.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't ride a bike, get a rower. Do something. Right? Deadlift, push, press, squat. Which is funny is that's a lot of like starting strength stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, why not bench press? Because then you need a bench. Like there's just more. Like this is the minimal as it gets. The regimen is a 5-day per week program that requires a commitment of less than 30 minutes a day. The other part of helping people get started is that you lower the barrier of entry, not by lowering the standard of which you hold to get people fit, but you make it as easy to get started as possible.
You mean like possibly 18 seconds or 3 seconds or 20 seconds of an L-sit?
0.10 seconds off the floor, L-sit, as I raise my hand. The time and the frequency parameters mesh in our experience with the willingness and capacities of the target audience. It says we could have engineered a program that obviated, what a word, the need for weights. Ovulated? Right. And it says, but this would have demanded considerably greater starting fitness in order to include pull-ups, dips, and other bodyweight exercises, and yielded substantially less fitness in the end. That's a wild statement.
Yeah.
Right? Because, I mean, if you look at, the theoretical hierarchy development of an athlete, which Greg wrote, like weightlifting and throwing is tier 4. Mm-hmm. It's nutrition, cardiorespiratory endurance, gymnastics. But he's also right. More people can deadlift an empty barbell than do a pull-up or a single push-up or let alone a dip, right? More people squat an empty barbell or no barbell than a higher skill or difficult gymnastics movement. So I thought that was interesting. You can either lug your weights to a local high school or college track, map out a 400-meter course in your neighborhood, and work out from home.
We used to do that on the fire engine. We'd take really? the bars or the dumbbells or whatever on the engine, and then we would just we'd go take it up to the park, one of the local parks at the school. Yeah. And then we would pull the stuff out and do stuff there. It was fun.
That's awesome. All right. The guidelines. Now, I highlighted some things here. Okay, yeah, this is it. Okay, guidelines for the workout program. We'll read all of these, but I highlighted the main points in blue because I thought, I don't even know if this was intentional, but how these things got put together in the order of which they were put together, it blends so well with CrossFit's charter. Okay, so the first one says, practice and study the deadlift, push, press, and squat for a week before beginning the routines with light to moderate weight, where the purpose is to learn good technique. Number one thing in our charter is mechanics. And that is the first line of the guideline. And it says, learn how to do it. Spend a week learning how to do it, not grab a barbell, go as heavy and hard as you can, as fast as you can do it now.
Well, and then to what we're doing right now with the L-sit, why didn't we do AMRAPs and EMOMs and whatever for capacity's sake? Right. Because I'm learning the movement. I need a base. I need to know what I'm doing before I can start putting other things on top of that. And that's all I'm doing right now. Yep. That's what we are all doing right now before we get into, trying to advance anything further than that.
Which is great. Because like, you really shouldn't do an L sit until you can do this many sit-ups or this many GG sit-ups, or holding a minimum of 10 seconds gets the most effect. Like, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I says, start with the greatest weight with which you are both comfortable and can execute perfect form on both deadlift and the push press. Again, another form mechanics, line 1, line 2.
Don't start with shortcuts.
Don't.
Because shortcuts become shortcuts to shortcuts.
I tell that to my son every time we practice like push-ups, sit-ups. And then I was like, do that rep again. If it's a bad rep, I'm like, nope, stop, do that one again, fix this, do it again. Generally attempt to increase the load by approximately 5 pounds per week on the deadlift. Generally attempt to increase the load for push press by approximately 5 pounds every other week. One more lap is added on Tuesdays and Thursdays workouts every 2 weeks. Middle highlighted point, increase loads only when the last workout was completed successfully. So to me, that sounds like consistency. 5 days a week, 2 days off. The time Tuesdays and Thursdays run with a stopwatch. From weeks 3 through 12, Tuesdays and Thursdays workouts are multiple efforts at 400 meters where the rest between efforts is precisely equal to the preceding run time. So if Bill runs a 2-minute 400, he gets the rest 2 minutes. If you walk a 7-minute 400, you get to rest 7 minutes. It doesn't matter. From weeks 4 through 12, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays workouts are timed from beginning to end. From week 6 through 12, endeavor to maintain or decrease workout times on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays workout. Attempt to decrease 400 meter times on Tuesdays and Thursdays workouts throughout all 12 weeks. Saturdays and Sundays are rest days. So this is a Monday through Friday program. And then the last two things, let the intensity of your effort build gradually each week. Start comfortably and take it easy the first few weeks. That last line, or second to last, let the intensity of your effort, there's your intensity piece. Mm-hmm. Our charter is mechanics, consistency, intensity, and this 12, he's giving you 12 weeks to have room to grow. Starting light, starting slow at your own pace. And then every week you can decide whether to go up, whether to stay there, whether to go faster. I thought this was great. So here's the program. It's like, what is this magical? This is it, guys. Like, it's so simple. Yet, from week 1 to week 12, all right, I'll say this. I just started a new training cycle today. I hadn't read this yet. Next training cycle I do, oddly enough, actually, I'm really close to this.
Really?
Yes. So Mondays, I'm doing 20 rep back squats.
Oh, that's right.
I'm starting at 50% of my 1 rep max, and every week I add 5 pounds. If I can't make 20, guess what I do the next week?
That same weight.
Okay, it's same weight until I get to 20. On Wednesdays, I'm doing a 20 rep bench press. On Fridays, I'm doing a 20 rep deadlift. Every week there, I add 10 pounds. Week 1 is all at 50%, and then it's stair step until I get to the end. I wrote this before I ever read this.
Yeah, you were talking about that 2 weeks ago.
I was talking about that, 2 weeks ago. When I was highlighting this 30 minutes ago before the show. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, holy crap. And then I wondered, and now I'm doing bike brick runs on Saturdays.
Okay.
But the way I'm going to do it is it starts out with like 5 rounds of 400 meter bike, 200 meter run. Not for time, just complete. And then I change the rounds, but keep the volume for 3 weeks. So then it's like 3 rounds, 2 rounds. And then every 4 weeks, I do a bulk test. So 4 weeks from now, it'll be like a 2,000 meter bike and a mile run for time. And then it increases from there. So the way this is written is like week 1, 15, 12, 9 deadlifts. Just seeing where you're at. Add a little bit of weight. Nothing. Do not lose form. On Tuesday, week 1, run 1,400. And that could be don't walk the 400.
Right. Whatever your version of that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's like, hey, I can jog 200 and then I'll have to walk the next 200. Okay. 15, 12, 9 on the push press, 400 meter run, 15, 12, 9. So the first 3 weeks are just figuring out weights, right? 15, 18, 15, 12, right? The reps go up. All right. If the reps go up, maybe try to see if you can keep the same weight that you did for 15 and now do it for 18, whatever. The next cycle I do, I want to do this. Maybe not this exclusively because like I can't not do pull-ups before the open starts.
I know, huh?
But I want to implement this baseline because I do 12-week cycles. Like this is so weird to me. But as you get week in, now, instead of just seeing what weight, you're going to do 12 deadlifts, run 400 meters and 12 deadlifts. You're timing that. And then you do it again the next week. Okay, so next week, form was good. I went fast. Okay, do I keep the same weight and just try to go faster? Or do I add weight and try to do the same time? Whatever you want. And it's simple. Pull from the floor, run interval work, push press, which is the dynamic hip extension, which Greg absolutely loves for athletic development to begin with. Run again, squat. And then the final week, it's 12 deadlifts, 400 meter run, 12 deadlifts, 400 meter run, 12 deadlifts. If you pick like, what would you do, 315 on that?
I would
75?
I'd go heavier.
But like, you would want to pick a weight. You can do this quickly, unbroken, sprint, quick.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing is fast and unbroken with good technique.
Right.
Whatever weight you get here, you will have figured out on your way here.
Well, I mean, look at that. What is that? It's 5 weeks that are that same set.
Right.
So you can determine like it's like
look. Week 6, 1.
Okay, so half of it.
3, 4, 5. Yeah.
So half of it is set up in a way that you can go, all right, for me, what I would want is I would want it to be like, okay, what's the heaviest I can go where I can do that unbroken, but I'm still moving. So maybe like I start off, maybe I'm at like 225 to start.
Right.
And if I did that, like if it was okay, I got to the bar and I had to go, let me get ready to do. Okay, well, I'm doing that one again because I got to be able to grip and rip it. If I can get that, then it's like, all right, then I'll go to 255 and see if I can do it that way and keep the time about the same. Because if I'm going unbroken, the time really shouldn't be any different now it's like I want to be able to keep the same time and increase my load.
And you'll know what appropriate run splits are.
Right.
Because you've been doing all these run interval works.
Right.
It's like, oh, well, I ran right to the bar and picked it up. I was like, yeah, but you ran a 230, 400, Bill. Like, I know you can.
You better have like gone straight to the bar and pulled.
I would have, yeah. I would hope so. Or if it's like, I sprinted my 400s. I was going like 130s, but I had to rest 30 seconds every time I got to the bar. It's like, okay, well, either pick up the bar or you need to lighten the load so you can even pick up the bar no matter, like you have, I think it's 7 weeks. Week 6, yes.
Because they go from 3 rounds or 2 rounds to 3 rounds.
Yeah,
the
week runs will increase, but I'm saying like this workout, like
that's set.
Workout, all these stay the same for 7 weeks. Your Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
Yeah.
It gives you so much room and time to tinker and play and experiment with no dedicated time or weight regimen. And they're right. Like Greg is right because say this was ring rows, push-ups, and air squats.
Yeah.
Whoever does this version will be fitter than that person.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
That's what he meant by, yeah, you could do it without weight. And listen, even doing it with, if it was, say you have no equipment. If you did this regimen with, say, ab mat sit-ups, air squats, and burpees, and you did this for the course of 12 weeks, you are going to be you're going to be so much better off in your life. You're still pushing, pulling, and squatting, core work, right? But your level of fitness with adding weight to your body, these athletes will be able to transfer over to air squats, ab mat sit-ups, and push-ups way easier than the other group that would have to go to the barbell for the first time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that's what Greg means by you'll be better off, you'll be fitter, because you're getting,
And it really does. It, like, the incremental steps that you're taking, like, there's so much growth that can happen here.
I really want to do this.
There's a lot. I mean,
It's all good stuff for me.
yeah.
These are stuff I want to be back to being good at again.
It's wild.
Maybe I don't want to get too far ahead of myself.
Well, okay. See, and this is what's important with this, and this is why
A weekly video content of this would be awesome. A week in review.
yeah.
Greg's
Well,
beginning
that's
routine.
what Pedro's doing.
Yeah, true.
You know.
True.
Yeah, I think that, like, especially for us, I think we're pretty good at, like, we come up with something and we just kind of do what we do. We've been athletes and we've trained and we understand how to do all that kind of stuff. But, like, now, unless there's something that we are training for or trying to do, like, the accountability part, like, no one really holds us accountable. The accountability part is putting on video. Like, I know for me, like, when I shit, it was my fucking idea.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, I'll do 2 tomorrow.
That's all I'm thinking about right now during
And
the
it's like
show.
the fucking, like, stop with the voice. It's literally 30 seconds, Bill.
Yes.
Shut your mouth and just do it. But, like, it's having to put it out there on video. And, like, that it is a thing. And, like, it's so easy to have any barrier stop you. And this is very simple. And if you were going to do it and you wanted to do, I think it would definitely keep you on track to do. You would get more out of it because guess what? You always, when I was doing that back rack walk, the last lap of that thing, I wanted to put that bar down.
Oh, bro, I can't imagine.
Bad. Like, it hurt so bad. And I'm like, you have 4 more back squats. Shut the hell up. No, you shut up, dude. My back hurts. No, don't be a little bitch. Dude, but your back is seizing up. You're going to trip on your big toe or something. Your legs are all quivering, right? You need to shut the hell up. As I'm walking, as all this is happening. Like, that's the thing. It's so easy to tell yourself not to do it. But if you have somebody watching, and I'm like, I have this thing on video right now. What am I going to do? Edit it out? Dude, I know that I will edit that out, and that's going to be lame. Yeah. That's why I put the one piece in there where I was sitting on it, because I'm like, you got to show that because you fucking were sitting on the weights.
That's why I videoed my 2K.
Yeah.
If I honestly, if I didn't start the video, I would have quit by the
dude.
Exactly. I'm like, now I got to deal with me getting off the rower, quitting a 2K, turning off my camera, and then deleting a video. You know how embarrassing that is? Ugh.
Anyway, I think it'd be cool.
Yeah, I got to remember this. I want to do that.
Okay.
I think that'd be cool. Just a little challenge for me.
Hey, what'd you think of my front and back burpees?
Dude, those are cool.
That was good.
That
was good. There was no warm up on that. And that was like, okay, just start it and go. Because what are you gonna do? We need to warm up on burpees.
Yeah.
Break. But yeah, the reverse burpee is a tough one for flexibility for some people. But I just tell people, like, that's people like, well, what if I can't just get up from the ground like that? I'm like, well, use your hand then. It's like a burpee. I'm not asking you to do a strict push up.
Yeah.
But that was a good one.
Larry, Only day I'm going to get off early this week. I'm laying here in bed staring at a trail, making excuses. Yeah, but at least you're watching the show. You know?
Totally. Hope maybe we can we'll shame you into it.
Yeah. I'm going to try this. I got to figure out how to edit videos, and maybe I'll just do like a review week 1.
Nice zone
Yeah.
training.
That'd be cool. I need it. I need to run more. God.
I do too, and I'm not ready to start because I know that I won't get through it yet.
Guys, there is the link for the article. If you guys don't have it, I will post this edited version on our Patreon. So if you guys just go to Get With The Programming, we are on Patreon. We post these every time we do one. You'll be able to download it. It's just a PDF with our highlights. So you guys can go take a look at that. So that is it. Well, happy Monday. This week, I'm trying to put together the ranking of the semifinal episode, where we're going to go off of Barkley's strength of field ranking for the men, strength of field ranking for the women, our strength of programming ranking to determine what the best qualifying event was based off all 3 metrics. So strength of field for men with the women and the programming. And we'll find out who was the best event. And I have no idea. So I think it'd be fun. So, all right, guys, happy Monday. We'll be back, tomorrow, Wednesday?
Yeah. One of
those. And then Bill's going out of town.
And I'm going out of town. I'm going to go visit my brother. Take my youngest daughter, and we're going to go back east.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, guys. Happy Monday. Thanks for joining us. See you later.